in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff on the Charlie Rocket Show. I am your host, Charlie Rocket, aka CEO Charlie, aka Mr. Quantum Piggy Bank, aka Mr. Four Sigmatic, aka Mr. Manhattan Beach. All right, so check this out, guys. I have an amazing episode planned for you. And this time of year, around Christmas, a lot of us are going through something. Despite what social media looks like, where, 100% of people are having a perfect life, the truth is there's something we're all going through. And I wanted to give you guys an episode today that would give you a little bit of hope. Hope that at the most unexpected times, everything can change forever. That somebody can walk into your life in the most unexpected way. In the trajectory of your life, your career, your happiness can change forever, because that is exactly what happened to me. A guy walked into my life who, let's just say he was relatively homeless. He was living in a studio, struggling and in pain. I remember where I was at in my business at the time. My group, Travis Porter, was so promising. We had this huge hit record, and it was stripped away from us. Some of you guys might know the record as All the Way Turned Up. It was Roscoe Dash and Travis Porter. I remember Travis Porter's investor, his name was YT. He had loaned us about $3,500. And he came over to us one day and he said, "Charlie, can you get, Travis Porter on my cousin's song?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever you want, YT." He was our investor. We're going to look out. So he came over to my mom's basement, the Spit Yo Game basement. And he brought his cousin. His name was ATL. And I was thinking to myself, ATL? Oh, that's a terrible rapper name. You're never going to be able to Google it. Well, anyways, he loaded up the song on the GarageBand. Yeah, back then we used to record with a quilt hanging from my mom's ceiling. We had like a little drop-down ceiling in the basement, had grandma's old quilt with $100 microphone plugged into the computer. We'd record on GarageBand. It was the best we could do. We didn't have any money we could afford. But we recorded this song, and YT came to us and said, Hey, Charlie, you think you could put that song on your guys' upcoming album? And I'm thinking to myself, that is an unusual request. This is our album, and that's your song. But YT had helped us out with like $3,500. So I was like, you know what, we'll throw it at the end. It's a pretty good song, whatever. I remember I pulled up to a gas station one day after we released the album. This was our third album we released this year, and maybe our, 60th or so song. We buried the song number 21 on the track listing. The album was called Different or Two. And I pull up to a gas station, and I hear 4 different cars at the same exact time playing this song. And I'm like, holy mercy, what is going on here? And everybody starts calling my phone. "Charlie, that new Travis Porter song is hot." Man, I turn on the radio. I hear the radio playing, "New Travis Porter, new Travis Porter." The record labels are calling. The clubs are starting to book us. The promoters would call us to book us. I remember I got a phone call from Georgia Southern University, and they were like, "We want to pay you $2,000 to come perform." I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness, this is what it's like to be successful? People finally like us. We're taking off. But we had one problem. The song that everybody loved wasn't our song. Jealousy got in the mix. ATL started getting people talking in his ear, saying, "Why is Travis Porter getting all the credit for this?" So he went around our back. He ended up not signing with us. He ended up taking Travis Porter off the song. And he put my arch nemesis of all time on the song to replace us, which really, really hurt. And he also went behind our back and started working with our best producer, KE, on the track, and actually signed to KE on the track. I introduced them. He took Travis Porter off the song and he put Soulja Boy on it. Our shows started slowing down. The record labels stopped showing interest in us. I remember everything was falling apart. I remember the group Travis Porter. For everybody listening, it's 3 people. I remember the house got robbed. Times were tough. We had to come up with a game plan because when you're a new artist and you get your only song ripped away from you, the song that people know you for, I mean, pretty much your career seems like it's going to be over. Not too many artists could survive that. And here I am. I had dropped out of college a couple years before to go on tour with Soulja Boy. I got fired from that. Then I said, I'm going to get into management and I signed this girl group and then they fired me and I'm back in my mom's basement. And then I signed Travis Porter and we finally get a hit. We finally, after 60 songs, people actually like one. And I'm there in my mom's basement thinking to myself, oh my goodness, we've got to do something. So I had a come to Jesus meeting. In the South, we call them come to Jesus meetings. And I said, we got to get back in the studio. And we're down at College Park Studios with Mr. Hankey. Now, College Park Studios is where Soulja Boy used to record, Yin Yang Twins. You ever heard of College Park Bubba Sparks? You know, that is booty, 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 rocking everywhere. That's College Park music. And we're down there working with a producer. And he said, Charlie, I found this new engineer. He's a younger guy. He mixes songs for only $50. I said, for only $50? He said, yeah, man, for only $50. I said, man, sign me up. This is a great deal because I've been mixing our songs on GarageBand and they sound like trash. And now there's this new guy who actually knows how to make songs sound good for almost nothing. I said, boom, I'm going to go meet him right now. So I head over to this studio. It's in like the warehouse district. And I was going to get 2 songs mixed. And this guy's name, his name was Marcus. I call him. He walks out the studio. And I don't know, like, have you ever been able to just see somebody's energy? Like there was something just so dark about his energy. And I was thinking to myself, wow, like this guy, you know, looks like he's really going through something. There's something wrong. And I was going to hand him $100, but something told me to give him a few $100 instead. Like I said to him, I said, hey Marcus, man, you know, good to meet you. He said, good to meet you too. I said, are you okay? He said, man, I'm just going through something. I said, well, something told me to give you a few extra $100. And his eyes lit up and he was just so appreciative. He mixed the songs. They sounded so good. And I went back to him and I said, hey man, what's your current situation like? He said, well, I'm kind of, you know, just living out of a studio right now. I don't have a car. Times are tough. And I said, you know what? Man, Travis Porter needs an engineer, somebody who can record him. They've got to outgrow, you know, me and GarageBand in my mom's basement. Maybe I could give you a job. And he said, yeah, man, that'd be good. And I remember I would pick him up every single day. And I would drive him to my mom's basement, and we started off, and I was kind of cheap. I didn't want to buy expensive equipment. And Marcus actually, come to find out, was an expert and went to Full Sail University, everything. He was just on hard times. And I was making him put speakers on top of little mini trash cans flipped upside down as speaker stands. And he thought I was crazy, but I was confident. I said, the equipment, expensive equipment doesn't make hits. You know, artists make hits. And he was like, oh my goodness, Charlie, you're so annoying. And I ended up giving him some free rein and gave him a little budget to go, you know, buy all the equipment. And I remember we set up this little studio in a chocolate factory. Now, guys, when I told you that at the most unexpected times, the most unexpected people can change your life. So check this out. We had a little chocolate factory. It was a small, little, tiny house, like the size of a caboose on a train. And the vent, the big hood vent, commercial hood vent, we would hang a quilt from it and put the mic in it, and that was our booth. The AC would go out, so we'd have like 200 fans running we would buy from Lowe's. And I remember one day Marcus, who was our engineer, brought a keyboard to the studio. And we're laughing at him. We're saying, man, what you got a keyboard for, man? Like, well, man, he's like, we're like picking on him. We would kind of haze Marcus a little bit. Sometimes when there's like a new guy, you'll kind of like pick on him and haze him. And he said to us, I make beats, And we're like, man, you don't know how to make no beats. You're just Marcus the engineer. And he said, well, like when I'm going through stuff, I don't know how to make music. But now that I'm starting to feel a little bit better, something told me to get my keyboard out. And we said, make something. And the very first beat he made was this one. That song right there went top 10 in the country. I'm telling you, our life changed forever after he made that beat. We put that song out and the city of Atlanta got set on fire. Absolutely on fire. That's the song that got us our record deal with Jive Records. I mean, it was insane what that song did. But what's even crazier is the second beat he made. The second beat he made was this. Another top 10 record in the country. I'm talking about a homeless guy who was living in a studio was the one who got us out of the dumps, because we had every record label in the country trying to sign us. We had the hottest song moving. We completely had it all ripped away. And then our lives changed forever by a guy named Marcus, who just happened to bring a keyboard to a studio inside of a little chocolate shop in Chamblee, Georgia, with quilts hanging from the hood vent in the most unexpected place at the most unexpected time. The most unexpected people can help change your life, and none of us can predict it. But this story I think about all the time, that anybody can get it. Anybody can become successful, because that same guy went on to discover this. Yeah, that is Post Malone. Now, if that's not some inspiration for you, the guy living in the studio who just happened to bring the keyboard to the studio, who just happened to randomly make 2 top 10 hits for Travis Porter, went on to discover Post Malone. But he also went on to discover this artist as well. Have you ever to discover Iggy Azalea. Marcus's name is first down if you want to look him up on Instagram and support his music and follow what he's doing. His name on Instagram is Good Job First. He's signed some of the biggest artists that you love today. He's also produced some of the biggest music you love as well. He changed my life more than once, and I needed it at the time. You know, that's why we can never look down upon anybody, ever. Just because somebody is not more successful than us doesn't mean we should overlook them. Because there is always going to be somebody under us who replaces us if we're not paying attention to who's under us. We got to work with the people who are under us because they're the ones who are hungry. They're the ones with the undiscovered talent. They're the ones with the new flavor. Where most of us, we're always looking at the successful people to help us. But that's the wrong place to only look. We got to look at the people who are with us and under us because you never know when your life is going to change. You might be going through something right now and there's somebody around you that you're just not paying attention to that's going to change your life forever. This is why I love hip hop so much. Hip hop shows me that somebody who is coming from struggle, who comes from a bad neighborhood, who might be homeless, who might be living in a studio, can come and make more money than a Fortune 500 CEO. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. We hear the stories with Sylvester Stallone. You know, how he has sold his dog because he ran out of money and he was trying to sell the script for Rocky. We hear the stories with Tyler Perry living in his car, or Alicia Keys living in her car, or Jim Cramer, the famous stock investor who's living in his car. So why in society are we only looking and chasing the successful people? Please help us. Please be my mentor. Well, it wasn't a mentor who changed my life. It was Marcus. It was the guy who was living in a studio, who randomly brought his keyboard, and the first 2 beats he made were top 10 records. He's gone on to make maybe five top 10 records for me. I think the biggest one he made. That song went number 2 in the country. At the most unexpected time, the most unexpected people are going to change your life. You know, when it's magical, and you just never know where magic's going to come from. It's going to play tricks on you. So stop trying to be predictable. My recommendation is be open to all people. And if you're open and accept the possibilities, then you'll be able to receive them a little bit better. A quick Rocket Gang service announcement. We are gearing up. We have been working hard behind the scenes to develop Rocket HQ. It's going to be our community. Rocket Gang is so strong, and yet Instagram doesn't allow me to connect properly. I love Instagram, but I envision a community where it becomes a 4-way stop instead of a 2-way. So right now I put out content and you might DM me or leave me a comment, but why can't we make this 3-dimensional? Why can't we make this 4-dimensional where we can all communicate? We can have more, just unlock content. Like Instagram is so limiting to me because I have to dumb down who I am because there's an algorithm and if Anyways, I'm not going on a tangent because I actually do love Instagram. But Rocket HQ is going to be just for us, just for the close people, and I'm excited about it. I'm also launching Rocket University, and I'm introducing a new mindset to learning, and I'm calling it entertainment courses. Absolutely nobody likes school. Well, some people might, but I don't like school. So why are online courses built like school? School is boring. Courses are boring. Learning is boring. So I'm creating this thing called entertainment, where it's going to be interactive training that's entertaining. Okay? It is going to be gamified. You will be able to learn and unlock as you go. If this is something you are interested in with learning how to improve your health, if learning how to improve your business, all the things that are in my head that I've experienced my entire life, how I reinvented my life. I reinvented it once with business. I reinvented it again with my health. If this is something you are interested in and want to become a founding member, email me at ceocharlie@gmail.com. Yes, CEO Charlie, because that's the business email. You know, Charlie Rocket has his own personal email, but ceocharlie@gmail.com, and I will talk to you about how to become a founding member. If you've already emailed me, it's okay. I'm going to get to it. It takes time. I'm doing my research on everybody, and you will be getting an email from me soon. So Rocket HQ is coming. Rocket University is coming. The interactive training entertainment modules. Entertainment. Ooh, it's going to be so fun. Ooh, we're going to grow together. I hope you guys can tell I'm excited. Also, I'm bringing to the table my morning routine. I'm calling it the... I'm stuck. I'm stuck between the Rocket morning routine or the Rocket starter kit. So a lot of people ask me, Charlie, what's your morning routine? And I'm starting to show it a little bit more on Instagram. I'm starting to let you guys inside my life a little bit more. I don't know why I hide it, but how I go about my mornings, from my quantum possibilities to my quantum piggy bank, to which coffee I drink, to the CBD oil, and why I do everything I do with my thermometers and my goals and my mindset and my brainstorming, my exercise. So I'm actually going to put together a starter pack, a Rocket morning routine starter pack. And I'm going to show it to you guys every single day as I'm doing it. And hopefully y'all will be able to pick up on my habits. So that's coming soon. Big shout out to Quantum Piggy Bank. It's this piggy bank that I got in the mail from Dean Piggy Banks. And when they sent it to me, I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to put money in here. I think I want to deposit my quantum possibilities in it every day. Like, I want to reinvent the piggy bank. And I mean, this is a beautiful one. It is, it's almost like a piece of art. It's almost like something you would find in Nordstrom's or like Tiffany or something. But a piggy bank for your house, that's a piece of art. But I don't plan on putting any money in it. I just want to put my quantum possibilities in it and know that, you know, if I deposit my dreams every day, it becomes way more powerful. So I'm about to make my little cup of coffee. I like high vibrations for my creativity, and when I record my podcast, I want to feel like a higher vibration so I can share my energy with you guys better. So I take my 4 Sigmatic coffee with my CBD oil, Medterra. Boom, I put a little bit in the coffee. The mushroom coffee has lion's mane in it, so it makes you more focused. And yeah, anyways, long story short, go on my Instagram. You'll be able to see me go through my morning routine just about every morning. And we're going to have a great 2019. But I'm glad you got this episode. I hope it inspired you guys. Please feel free to email me if you want to become a founding member. Founding member means you'll be one of the first 100, and we'll be able to build it together, all the modules, and you'll be involved in the process with me. And if there's any of the things I do in my morning routine that you have questions about, please let me know. If you're interested in quantum possibilities, I'm going to be making a video and actually some more podcast episodes about it. I really encourage you guys to try it. I'm about to sit down and write out my quantum possibilities now and deposit in my quantum piggy bank. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'll reply back, okay? All right, y'all have an amazing day. That was this Rocket service announcement. Well, I got to figure out what the official name for that's going to be. Rocket Gang service announcement? No. Rocket Gang State of the Union. That's what we should call it. All right, this was an official Rocket Gang State of the Union. That was this episode of The Charlie Rocket Show. Just a nice little inspirational story and a little bit of advice to look around. I'll catch you next time.